Stand in mountain pose at the head of your mat. In mountain pose, your feet are hip-width apart and parallel, with your arms relaxed at your sides. Breathing in, stretch your arms overhead. Lift your chest and side ribs, and breathe steadily. Steady breath in and out through your nose, balancing the breaths in and out. As you breathe out, bend your knees and hinge slightly forward. This is powerful pose or chair pose. Draw the abdomen in slightly to stabilize your lower back. Keeping your knees bent, hinge from the hips to come parallel to the floor, stretching your arms. Keep your back as flat as possible and bring your hands to the floor. Breathe in, stepping your left foot back. Rest your knee on the floor in low lunge pose. It's fine to pad your knee if it's uncomfortable. Low lunge works best if your left knee is back far enough that you can gently press your hips down. It's a nice stretch for your thighs. Breathe in, stretching your arms overhead, a strong stretch that lifts your chest. Keep your face calm and your breath steady. Now, lowering your arms, turn your toes under. Breathing in, and with a good breath out, step back to downward facing dog pose. Coming onto the balls of your feet, bend your knees and push the floor with both arms. To move your hips towards the rear of your mat and stretch your upper back. Slightly lift the bottom hips, called the sits bones, to stretch your hamstrings. And moving slowly, keep your sits bones lifted and begin to straighten your knees, pushing your heels toward the rear of your mat. And breathe out well. Breathing out is important to help keep the cobwebs out of your head. Now to plank pose. Lift your head, and keeping your back flat by drawing your belly in, exhale and move your shoulders forward over your hands. Keeping your elbows in line with your wrists, lower yourself a couple of inches off the floor to yoga push-up, or come all the way to the floor. And then curl up to upward facing dog pose, arms and legs straight, chest lifted. Press your hands against the floor to roll your shoulders back. Breathe in, breathing out, return to downward facing dog pose. Let's try the yoga push-up one more time. I know this may be difficult, but with practice you will find the strength and balance needed. Drawing your abdomen in, shift your weight forward until your shoulders are over your hands. Plank pose. Keep moving forward as you bend your arms and lower yourself to yoga push-up or the floor, and curl immediately up to upward facing dog pose. A strong back bend in which your hands are pressing the floor and your feet are firmly rooted. Breathe in, breathe out, back to downward dog. Slow, steady breaths. Make sure your breath out is as long as your breath in. Now breathing in, step your left foot forward to your hands, coming to low lunge pose again. Take a wide stance that lets your hips sink. Keeping your chest open, breathe in as you raise your arms overhead, lifting and opening the heart. Be calm and breathe steadily. Any breath sounds you hear will be in the throat, not the nose. See if you can stretch your arms back a little bit while still breathing well. Now, lowering your arms, step forward to standing forward bend with your feet together. Relax into this forward fold. Just let your arms hang. Your breathing will slow down, and the weight of your upper body relaxing towards earth will release tension in your low back. Bending your knees deeply, stretch your arms forward, and exhale to bring your torso parallel to the floor. Long neck, steady breathing. Keeping the knees bent, come up to powerful pose, drawing the belly in to support the back. Now straighten your knees. Bring your palms together, dropping your head back, gaze at your thumbs. Open the chest, and then bring the palms together at the chest. Sit at the end of your mat in cobbler's pose. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. If you can't sit upright with ease, elevate your hips on a blanket. Now stretch your right leg forward, straightening your knee and centering your weight on the back of the heel. Reach up with your left arm, strongly stretching it as you extend forward to hold the outer leg or foot. Move your right hand forward and give a little push to help open the chest. This is head to knee pose, a forward bend that's naturally calming to the belly. It's also a spinal rotation. In this pose, that's great for taking morning stiffness out of the back. Keeping your chest lifted, place your hand on your hip. Pull the right collarbone and shoulder back to open the upper back more. And gaze at your right foot, breathing steadily while you're in the pose. Now reach forward, holding your foot with both hands. You may need to modify your position in the beginning. If your knee hurts, support it with a block or a blanket. And please use a strap looped around your foot if you can't hold your foot and keep your chest open at the same time. The plan here is, over the years, to increase your flexibility to the point that you can rest your abdomen and then your chest, and finally your head on your legs. At this point, I suggest you stay sitting upright and focus on keeping your chest open and your back straight. And slowly relax your hips, lengthening the front of the body toward the foot. And if you can begin to feel you could press your abdomen to your thigh, then by all means try that, or go further. But remember, the key is patience. The work is surrender. Breathe in as you sit up and bring the soles of your feet together again. Now stretch your left leg forward and your right arm strongly up by the ear. Really stretch your spine as you reach forward to hold the outer leg or foot. Again, don't overreach. It's better to err on the side of caution. Bring your left hand forward, give a little push to help keep your chest open. Now bring your left hand to your hip and begin pulling your left collarbone and shoulder back. All the while, keep your head turned forward and gaze at your left foot. This is a twist, remember, so make sure your breathing stays steady. Mouth closed. Equal ratios between breaths in and out. Release your twist and reach forward to hold the foot with both hands, or use a strap around your foot. Calm your breathing and your belly, and begin to soften your hips to deepen the forward bend. Remember, this is not a contest. Our goal is to surrender patterns of tension and holding that are getting in the way of your well-being. Yoga, at its core, is a practice of balancing effort with surrender, and this pose is a great one to work on that. Now breathing in, begin to sit up. And breathing out, bring the soles of the feet together again to cobbler's pose. Lying on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor in constructive rest pose. Placing a blanket under your head if your neck feels tense or your shoulders are tight. And then rest your arms on the floor at your sides, closing your eyes. Direct your attention down into the belly and relax. Allowing your breath to settle into a gentle rhythm in and out. Now slowly stretch your legs out and relax them. Continue to use your breathing to keep your mind focused during this short yoga rest. If the mind wanders, simply bring your attention back to the gentle rhythm of your body expanding with each breath in and relaxing with each breath out. Feel your hips sink. Your lower back relax. And your shoulders drop into the floor. Even your face relaxes, especially between the eyes. The body is heavy, but you feel light, filled with energy that has expanded and grown as you practiced. Keep that quality, relaxed body, alert mind as you roll slowly to your right, resting your head on your arm for a moment. And when you're ready, come up to sit in a cross-legged position, joining your hands at your chest. Namaste. The ideal position for meditation is sitting upright with a straight spine. And ideally, you sit on the floor in a cross-legged position as I'm demonstrating. Notice how I've placed a folded blanket under my hips. If you can't sit on the floor and keep your spine straight, I suggest sitting in a chair. Your meditation will be just as deep. So spine straight, slide your hands up your thighs to bring your shoulders gently back. Keep your head upright and close your eyes, bringing your breath's rhythm into focus. This focus on the breath brings your mind to attention and calms it. Feel the cool sensation of your breath as it comes in through your nose and down the throat to the chest, and the easy, steady sensation of the breath out. Everyone's mind wanders. That's the purpose of a focal point. Let your thoughts float by unattended and focus instead on your breathing. Now bring your palms together at your chest and bow your head. Namaste.